Good morning and welcome to storytelling day 2 of today's Thunder Tales. And how are you doing this morning? I hope all is well with you this morning. I had another great night last night. Although I didn't come back because I was, well, let's face it, buggered, knackered, out for the count. I was, yeah, it wasn't a terribly late night, which I was actually quite grateful for. Thank you, Mick and Jackie, for taking sympathy on me on my fatigue state. But yes, it was a great night here at Acle Bridge Inn. You know, obviously I met up with Mick and Jackie. They came on board Thunder, had a wee cup of coffee, we chat, catch up, and we went in, had a few beers. Lovely dinner, you know. I would like to say that my dinner altered. I'm afraid it didn't. I was very tempted. Somebody recommended the belly buster burger. I took one look at it and I went, oh my god, that is going to actually bust my belly. And I was very tempted to try that because I do like a good burger, people. I really do. But it was like, no. I ended up just having the usual, a lasagna, you know, and why not? Because it was just so good. Actually, me and Jackie both had lasagna, and Michael had the grilled chicken, which I have to admit, both Jackie and I took one look at it and said, that looks good. You know, and he scoffed a lot, you know. So yeah, I'm quite tempted actually for trying that grilled chicken because it looked really good. But yeah, I mean, last night it was literally all about just relaxing and chilling and taking it easy. It had been a long day driving down. I'd been up at 2 in the morning. By the time I got down here, left the boatyard about 12:30, you know. Down here, back at 3, you know, so yeah, it was a long day, you know, so yeah, I was in bed and out for the count before 10 o'clock last night, you know, and oh man, I slept pretty bloody good. It got cold yesterday, really cold, I have to admit, but it's actually warmed up and it's really mild. There is a bit of a breeze blowing, but it's nothing serious. A lot of dark grey clouds around, but if you just look over there, hints of daylight. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure which way the day is going to go. Did rain overnight as well, but the rest of the week is supposed to be pretty much that. Dull, grey, overcast, a wee bit breezy, but dry. No more rain. So yeah, I'll quite happily do that. So I am up a wee bit later than I originally planned or thought I would be. You know, usually I'm up very early, but this is actually knocking on 7:30 this morning. So considering how early I settled down, damn good sleep, by the way, damn good sleep. And yeah, although it got chilly last night, one advantage about coming down here to Acle, I can plug into an electric, you know, so I had the electric heaters running. And I took a wee electric heater into the cabin with me overnight and kept it nice and toasty. Nice little hot water bottle under the bed for a wee half hour just to warm the bed up, you know, while I have a coffee. And yeah, you know, it was all lovely and toasty. And people who say, you're not freezing when you come down during the winter. Well, yes, it can be a wee bit chilly, but surprisingly, maybe not quite as cold as you would expect it to be. But then again, maybe I am just lucky with the weather, you know. And God knows what will happen if I lose the electric posts, you know. I'll have to rely on the diesel heater of the boat, which is not a problem. Powerful, good, you know. In many ways actually the diesel heater is even better than the electric heaters, you know. It's certainly in the saloon, you know, because there's a lot of space in the saloon, and the electric heaters, they can maintain a temperature in that size of saloon, but they're not really good at bringing the temperature up, you know, if it gets too cold. The diesel heaters do that, but I don't like running the diesel heater overnight, you know. I can do that, but I don't like doing that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when the first night I don't get access to an electricity post, which might be tonight, actually, you know. So yeah, I am not going to ramble too much because obviously I actually have to get my backside in gear pronto. I've just made a cup of coffee. I'm going to have a quick cuppa, get washed, get showered. Another advantage about having access to an electric point is I've got an immersion heater, so I can flip that on, get me some nice hot water, and yeah, I don't need to run the engine, but in order to get a shower. So yeah, I can get a quick shower this morning before I leave and then set off. Now originally I had thought about setting off about 8 o'clock. I think it'll be lucky if I leave by about 8:30, but that's not a problem. I'm still bang on time, and it's a good time because I am going south today. Yeah! You know, I am going to try and get down south, definitely. Like I say, a wee bit of a breeze. It's not really the nicest of weather, but you know, it's still perfectly good weather for cruising down south. And if it stays like this, it's going to be a wee bit of a slog, especially in that no man's land. You know, it's not even pretty weather to look at just now. But I'm going to go south. I am going to attempt to get into Beccles, and I have prepared myself. I have lowered my screens already. I've got them all strapped down, so that they're not going to sort of bounce around or anything like that. Shouldn't really need to strap them down. The wind's not that heavy, but I've lowered the screens, I've strapped them down, and I am going to keep them down for the week. You know, this way I do not need to worry about the bridge heights at all, because it's not just when you're going down the Waveney, it's not just the bridge heights at Great Yarmouth you have to worry about. It's the bridge heights at St Olave's and, more importantly, Somerleyton. They can be very, very, very low. So yeah, the water levels aren't looking too bad. Obviously the tide is going down, but the water levels aren't looking too bad. So yeah, with luck it will be all okay. And by lowering the screens, you know, I don't need to worry about, you know, will I get under, won't I get under, will I have to run up and lower the screens, you know, mid-river, you know, and mess around with all that stuff. Don't need to worry about that. I can go straight down, take a look at the heights. If I can get under, which very low air draft boat here, so no problems, I can just slide on and, you know, no hassles, no worries. So I'm prepared in advance, which is something I can't say very often, by the way, you know. But yeah, so yeah, that's day 2. Gonna set off, attempt to get down south. If I can slip under all 4 bridges, I will go down the River Waveney, bit of a long cruise, and get on down to Beccles, you know. Not quite sure how long it will take me to get to Beccles. I need to consult my time charts to give me a rough idea. I think I've got time, even if I left at 8:30. I think I've got time to get down there before it gets dark at 4 o'clock, you know, and then we'll see where we go, you know. But I can adjust that. I can play around, you know. So yeah. But I would like to get to Beccles. It's been a long time since I've been to Beccles, and it'll be nice to have a wee wander, even if it is in the dark again, you know, and try this new pub, which I need to actually have a wee look at just to make sure that it's actually open, you know. If it's not open, am I still going to go to Beccles? I don't know, you know. We'll wait and see, you know. You know me, you know. I plan my holiday for the beers and the pubs and the good food. That's how I sort my holiday out, you know. But yeah, so right, I'm gonna go there now, stop babbling, finish my coffee, get myself organised, get on the river. So yes, welcome to day 2 of my little thunder tale, and yeah, let's see what stories await us out there on the rivers. Out there on the rivers, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. I'll keep you updated, so until later, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, I am on my way, and heading down south. Left the Acle bridge in, and oh my goodness, what a palaver that was. I was so rushing around trying to get myself organised for heading down, you know, for past, which I didn't actually make actually, it's about 10:02 by now. I fired up the engine, disconnected the electricity, set up the cameras, got everything ready, went to undo the bow rope, let it go, threw it on, only to remember and quickly realise, duh, Russell, the tide is going out, you know, the bow rope is the last one I want to let go. So it was just like, oh my god. So quickly ran out, grabbed the bow rope, pulled the boat back in, quickly basically sort of tied it all up again, did the spring line, the stern rope, obviously that started drifting out, okay, no problems, went to the bow, threw the bow over, and started reeling it all in. That's the handy thing about rings, only for a knot to happen in the ropes. So I was like, oh man, so I had to jump off the boat, holding on to the bow of the boat, undo the knot, get back on the boat, and then my shoelace came undone. I was like, ah, really? So I had to tie up my shoelace, then finish feeding the rope through the ring, tidy it all up, you know. My hands were bloody manky as hell, so I had to give them a quick wipe. By this time the boat's drifted into the middle of the river, you know, with a tide. I was just like, oh man, turned it around, and yeah, finally got on my way. I told you, this is why I didn't name this number 13, because it's not number 13. It's not number 13. It's a whole new adventure. Give me some break. You know, first the camera started acting up yesterday as I approached Acle, then all that palaver when I'm leaving Acle, and oh man, but well, never mind, you know. We are on our way at last, that's the main thing. And we are heading down the River Bure, heading towards Great Yarmouth. We'll hopefully get under all the bridges, we'll get down there for low tide, and we'll get under all the bridges and on the way down to Beccles. Which reminds me, I've also forgotten to bring the map out. Not that I need the map, I've got I know pretty well where I'm going, you know, but that section of the River Waveney I'm not really 100% sure of, so especially down the Beccles end, it's been a long time since I've been there, so the map would have been handy, but I'll maybe get hold of the map later, you know. So yeah, I am on my way. I have made myself another trusty coffee, and wonderful. So yeah, I am going down, and yeah, it's actually quite mild today, which is actually quite nice, you know. It's only like 3 or 4 degrees warmer than it was yesterday, but what a difference those few degrees make, you know. So yeah, it's all going swimmingly, you know. So now begins a long slog, you know, and there's not going to be much to see, but I'll record anyway, and no doubt I shall waffle and babble and a few times, you know. But yeah, we'll wait and see how things progress throughout the day, you know, and hopefully it'll not take us too long. I should need to actually need to have a wee look at the time distance charts, but yeah, I've got about 8 hours, give or take, before it gets dark again. Well, maybe about 6, 7 hours maybe. So yeah, we shall wait and see how things go. Okay, so I am going to go. That's just a quick wee update. I don't know how often I'll be updating, because like I say, it's going to be a long cruise today, but I will keep you updated on the events of the day, and we'll enjoy a lovely wee cruise, and we'll get down south and we'll try somewhere a wee bit new and a wee bit different, and somewhere that I've not been for quite a wee while. So as always, I'll keep you updated on the events of the day. Feels great to be here, so yeah, let's see how the day goes. So Until I've got more to update you with, I shall keep you informed. So until later, bye for now. Cheers!
Okay, just a little wee update for you. That is me just under the bridges at Great Yarmouth, and oh my goodness, what a glorious, wonderful wee cruise that has been down so far. I know I've not really been around too much this morning, but let's face it, you all know that particular stretch of river quite a lot by now, so there's not really much to say, there's not really much to see. It's a bit muddy, it's a bit reedy, it's a bit dull, it's a bit overcast, and it's just a little bit chilly as well, you know. But, you know, I am under the bridges, no problems whatsoever, and I might have actually timed it not quite perfectly, but near as damn it. Water levels are really nice and low, huge amounts of space under the bridges, and I just slept on under that, as somebody once said a long time ago, like a snake through a tube. Haha. So yes, I am on Braden Water, and I am actually full throttle belting across this lovely expanse of open water, again to tide, so I'm going full throttle and not very fast, and oh my goodness, woohoo! I do not believe this, by the way, people. I have seen my first boat in essentially 2 days. That is not a syndicate boat from the marina, that is not including the evening channel. But yeah, there's actually another boat on the river on Braden Water coming towards me just now. Well, there's, what do you know, isn't that a wee surprise? But yeah, I am going across Braden Water, no problems whatsoever. Cruised on nicely down the River Bure. I get to the end of Braden Water, and I will continue following the river down into the River Yare. Next stop, which we are crossing our fingers for, will be St Olave's Bridge, and I need to be careful there because the tide can really move through that section. However, I think the tide is still slightly going out. It is currently low tide but not slack tide, so that means that the water levels are low, but they've not quite turned yet, you know, so there's about another hour before they turn, and I'm not sure which way the water will flow at St Olave's, you know. It should be coming this way towards Braden, but there's a possibility it might be going the other way out towards Oulton Broad. Again, it all gets a wee bit timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, sort of Doctor Who-y, time-streamy thing down on that, you know, down by the new cut, you know. It really gets a wee bit sort of weird, you know, you're never quite sure. It should be going this way, I should be punching against it, but there's a possibility that it might actually be going the other way, and I might have to be careful with how the tide is going, you know, so we'll wait and see, you know. It's an adventure. This is my story to you, regaling you of my little tale on Thunder on day 2, December 2021. This is not number 13, so stop giving me the bad luck. It's not. It's a whole new story time. Story time with the Admiral. But yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I am currently going down the river. That is definitely a boat, another boat on the river coming towards me. I'll have to give them a little wave, you know, because it's well, it's another boat in December. Wow, you know, hello, fellow mad boater. But yes, everything is going great, so I will keep you updated once I get to St Olave's, which shouldn't be too long, maybe about 15-20 minutes or so I think it will take me to get down to St Olave's. I'll give you a wee update once I get under the bridge, but until then, I'll keep you updated on the events of the day, so until then, I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. That is me cross Braden Water, and yeah, I thought I've got this wrong. Okay, I thought when I crossed Braden Water, I then hit St Olave's and had to then slip under St Olave's Bridge. Totally forgetting that no, you hit Borough Castle, then you have to go down the River Waveney Spur, and then just at the bottom of the new cut, that's where St Olave's Bridge is. So I'm getting myself all mixed up and confused, but it's okay. I've managed to, you can't see it, but I've actually brought the map out, you know, so yeah. This whole part of the River Waveney, okay, like, I don't actually know it that well, you know. I mean, okay, yes, I have been down to Oulton Braun, I have been down to Beccles, and I have seen Somerleyton, and I even spent a couple of nights at the Waveney River Centre. But I don't actually know this whole section of the river that well. I don't often come down the Waveney. I usually go up the River Yare, you know. So it's all a wee bit sort of like, oh, you know, a bit of an adventure, and it's been a wee while since I've been down this part of the river, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so it's looking good, still dry, a wee bit overcast and all that, but I did also have a wee look. I took the opportunity while I was crossing Brain of looking at the time distance charts and all that, and I knew it would take me a few hours to get from the Acle down to Beccles. I knew it would take me a few hours. It's going to take me a wee bit longer than I expected, you know. Apparently it's going to take about 4.5 hours, maybe even knocking on 5 hours from Great Yarmouth down to Beccles, and I crossed Great Yarmouth at about 11, oh no, it was about 10:30, so that could be knocking on, oh well, you know, that could be knocking on 3:30. It gets dark at 4 o'clock down here in December, by the way, people, you know. I might end up be doing another bloody night navigation, you know. I'm like, I didn't really want this, you know. Oh man, I'll tell you this though, the one good thing though, alright, is that at least I've got a big torch. You know, that's not been left in the car. I have that on board, so if it does get dark and I do end up doing an inadvertent night navigation in an unfamiliar part of river, you know, go navigating by various degrees of shadeness of blackness, you know, at least I've got a nice big blinking spotlight, you know, to light the way down the rivers this time, you know, unlike in October, you know. But oh man, it's just terrible, just terrible. Anyway, that's the update so far. I'm actually having a great time just cruising along. I have seen a couple of private boats now down on this wee section of the river. So yeah, it looks like it's, well, it's not busier as such, but looks like there's a couple more boats about in this sort of area. So yeah, I will go for now. I will keep you updated though. Hopefully it'll not be too long before I'm at St Olave's, and I'll give you a wee update from St Olave's Bridge, and hopefully we'll get under there no problems, and yeah, so until later, I'll speak to you soon. So until then, cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you. That is me just past St Olave's Bridge. Had a wee bit of a moment because as I turned the corner on the River Waveney, just approaching St Olave's, the sun is now out. We've got blue skies. Woohoo! Hello! Oh, you have been missed. But yeah, it did present a problem because as I turned the corner, the low sun was already quite, well, low, you know, but it's also reflecting quite strongly off the water, and it was quite blinding, you know. And I'm approaching this low bridge. I know it's low, and I'm looking for a marker board, and I can't see a bridge height marker board, and I can't see where I'm going because I'm blinded by the reflection of the sun. So I've got the sunglasses on, and then I have to take them off to look through the binoculars to stare into the blindness of the reflection in water, you know, looking for this marker board, and I can't see anything, and I'm approaching this bridge, and the bridge is quite low, and I'm going.
The ship will not fit. Will fit, Captain. We will not fit. Will fit. Will fit.
Ah!
I told you we fit. I am not sure that qualifies.
You know, but I just slipped under it. No problem. So I don't know what I was panicking about. Oh man. But yes. So that is me past St Olave's. 3 bridges down. 1 more to go, and I need a wee. I'm sorry, people. We're gonna talk about toilets here now, okay? Just we're gonna touch on the subject just briefly, okay? But yeah, one of the problems about when you're going solo is that you set off, right? And you don't want to be drinking too much in the morning, right? Because you're gonna get down the river at some point, okay? And you're gonna need the toilet, okay? If you drink too much. But there's nothing you can do, you know? I mean, I've got an empty can of beer sitting here beside me at the moment, and it's looking quite tempting. I'm not gonna do that, people. No. I have a little respect for myself, okay? But well, surprising as that may be, but yes, it is one thing you have to be aware of, is that you have to be careful, you know, because obviously you can't just sort of pull over to the side of the river. Well, you could in theory, you know, just put the boat against the reeds and just sort of drift there a wee bit. In theory, I suppose you could. You could drift in the middle of the river, I suppose, in theory, you could, you know. I wasn't going to be doing that on Brain Water, by the way, you know, absolutely not. And that river, Waveney Spa, when you come off Brain Water, I don't know, it's the tide is fairly moving through there at the moment, so I wasn't going to be doing anything there, you know, and there's not really been any places to sort of moor up, and I could have moored up at St Olave's, but the tide's quite low there, you know, and I was just like, no, just, you know, I was blinding and I was freaking out about the bridge, and I just like, no, go on. But yeah, we're gonna have to make a wee pit stop, you know, before we get to Beccles. We're not going to make it to Beccles without stopping at least once, even if it is just for a brief wee moment. So yeah, we need to figure that out, but hopefully we'll sort something out soon. But yeah, anyway, that's despite that's all sort of the sort of disgusting sort of, you know, bit behind solo boating, we are doing fine, you know, and it's really nice that the weather is now out, and the weather is at the I can't talk. It feels like I've lost control of my see, I'm still not being able to talk. What the hell am I talking about? I'm rambling. Shut up, Russell. End it. You were doing good there when you were talking about toilets, and now you're actually talking crap, if you like, you know, or rubbish. So stop. End. Right. Thanks very much. I have got past St Olave's. I am now on the River Waveney properly, heading down towards Beccles. The sun's out. I need the toilet. I'll keep you updated. Speak to you soon. Bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update. I still can't talk, people. I still can't talk. Just a little wee update for you. I have stopped at Herring Fleet Moorings and I have had a fresh cup of coffee and I have had a quick wee toilet break. And I am back on the rivers once again, continuing down the River Waveney to Beccles. And oh yes, after so many hours, that feels good, by the way. Very, very good. So yes, what is the time? The time is currently 12:30, half 10, half 12. Yes, half 12 currently. So I have been on the go for about 4 hours. Yeah, the sun is out and it is looking gorgeous and fantastic, and it feels really warm in that sun. And yeah, it's turning. I'm loving this cruise, by the way. You know, I have lucked out once again with the weather. Not too cold, warming up nicely, and the day is turning out to be a beautiful, beautiful afternoon with luck. And yes, it feels good to have had a wee break. Obviously, still got quite a wee bit to go. Probably, I'm estimating about another 3 hours or so. So the sun's starting to come down a wee bit. So yeah, but it's lovely. It is absolutely lovely, and it's been a long time since I've had such a long cruise in one day, you know, and it's going to be pretty much an all-day cruise, you know. So yeah, but it's fantastic. I am absolutely loving this, you know, and I am so glad that I have had the opportunity to get down south on this trip, you know. And I didn't overthink the weather this morning when I looked out and saw it had been raining and a wee bit breezy and dull, and no, Russell, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And fine it is, you know. And yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying today's cruise, you know, and I'm looking forward to getting down at Beccles. I still don't know if I can actually moor up down at Beccles. I need to I'm pretty sure there are free moorings down there. Yeah, yes, I wear glasses, you know, I'm getting old, people, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there are free moorings down at Beccles, but I am still unsure if I can actually moor at Beccles Yacht Station. I do know that off-season, Great Yarmouth Yacht Station shuts. Norwich Yacht Station shuts. So does the Reedham Yacht Station. You know, well, if you can call it a yacht station, it's more just like a hut. But there's definitely no mooring at Great Yarmouth. They don't like you mooring even just to sort of nip to the shops at Great Yarmouth because of the difficulty with the tides. You're not allowed to moor at Norwich Yacht Station, I do believe, but you can, don't hold me to this, okay, you can get away with mooring just to nip to the supermarket or the shops or something like that, but you can't stay overnight there because idiots, you know, think it's fun to let the ropes go sometimes, you know. And yeah, so they don't let you moor overnight at Norwich, but I do believe you can moor there just nip for shops and then go away again. Reedham is obviously not a problem, you can moor there, that's alright. So I'm hoping that I can moor at Beccles Yacht Station, and there's not, I don't see why there'd be any issues to moor up at Beccles Yacht Station. So yeah, hopefully we'll be fine. Now, I've tried investigating a wee bit, asking a few people, and they're saying, well, I don't see why not. Nobody can give me a definitive answer, yes or no, you cannot moor, you know. So yeah, we're going to go down there, we're going to get there as it gets dark, but we may find we can't not moor there, you know, so we'll have to wait and see. So well, but you know, I don't care, you know, I'm loving this cruise, by the way. It's wonderful, and now the sun's out, you know, it's warming up, and Oh, it's just getting so invigorating, and it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful, you know. So yeah, continuing on down the river, and it's turning into a really lovely, peaceful, relaxing Sunday, you know. And I've not even checked the Bear and Bells, you know, this pub that I want to go to. Not even checked that to see if it's going to be open or anything like that, or what the food is. I mean, I might get down there and find it open, but they don't do food. The food stops at say 3 o'clock, you know. Not even checked that, you know. So disorganised on today, by the way. But we shall wait and see. We shall wait and see where we go and what we do, you know. So yeah, you know, that's the update so far. Continuing on down, everything is looking dandy, and I will keep you updated on the events of the day. Not really expecting to be popping back until, I might pop back about the Waveney River Centre area, you know, and then after that it might be, I might not be back till Beccles, you know, so but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see where the river is taken. I'm still punching against the tide though, that's the only thing. I would have thought that the tide would have turned. Well, actually, the tide might have turned by now, but I did say it gets all a wee bit timey-wimey, didn't I? Wibbly-wobbly, sort of Doctor Who type thing with the tides, because I'm down past Beccles. The tide should have turned, but I don't think it's like the water's still flowing out across Braden, where I am. You would have thought maybe it would be flowing out towards Lowestoft and Old Broad. But obviously it's not quite working like that, you know, so we shall wait and see. Oh, and another boat. There's a wee surprise, you know. That's the 4th boat I've seen today. Wow. it's all happening down here in the Southern Broads in the winter, by the way, you know. Oh yeah, this is chaotic. It's unbelievable. You know, I can't believe how busy it is down here in the Southern Broads. You know, oh man, I feel like I can't handle the stress and the need to go back north. You know, the four boats I've seen down here, 4 boats. You know, it's just can't handle it. But yeah, no, everything's going spot on, and we are having a lovely cruise. So I'll go for now. No, make that 5 boats! 5 boats, people! You know, it's honestly, I feel like it's summertime, you know? It's all, you know? I can't handle this. I'm not used to it. It's too much traffic. Oh man, it's all kicking off now, isn't it? But yeah, I will go for now. I will keep you updated on the events of the day, and until I've got more to speak to, which will probably be maybe Somerleyton Bridge, which actually I might be coming close to, but I will keep you updated until later. I shall speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! update for you. That is me under Somerleyton Bridge, no problems, tons of room, and yeah, don't know why I was worried about them. Slipped under, not a problem, didn't even need to have the screens down, I could have had them up, but yeah, no problems whatsoever. So yeah, I'm under Somerleyton Bridge, heading on down the River Waveney. Just checked, and the Bear and Bells pub shuts today at 1600. Yeah, it's oh god, I'm not due down at Beccles at 3:30. They'll probably not be doing food, so yeah, totally. Looks like I'm not going to the Bear and Bells pub. The one reason I was heading down there, I wanted to try this new pub, and it's not going to be open, and it's closed tomorrow, and oh bugger, you know. Typical. I should have bloody checked before I left. I would have still gone to Beccles. Definitely, because there's somebody I want to meet up with down there. Hopefully I can still get a couple of pints with him. But he knows Beccles, so hopefully he knows an alternative pub to go to.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
And I did tell you about my things and Darth Vaders and Voodoo's. So yeah. Hopefully he knows an alternative place to go to for a couple of pints and maybe some good food, and yeah, it's just a shame because I really wanted to try the Bear
If
and
you
Bells.
only knew the power of the dark side.
There you go. But yes, yeah, we will. I've totally lost my train of thought there, but basically, I'm not getting to see the Bear and Bells on this trip now. Obviously, it does mean that it gives me an excuse to come back down again next year to try that pub. Yeah, so all's good. So yeah, everything's going really well, and continuing down the river, and yes, we will see what happens later. So I will keep you updated on the events, and yeah, see what happens later. It's all gone a wee bit timey-wimey, but that's my favourite phrase today, isn't it? Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey, Doctor Who. But yeah, we're doing, it's all going on, you know, but yeah, we're doing good, we're still on track, so hopefully we'll get down there, and we'll find something. So yeah, I'll keep you updated, and until later, I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now, cheers! Hey, just a little wee update for you. I am still continuing. This is the longest cruise I have done in such a long time, by the way. Oh man, is it never ending? But no, I am continuing down the River Waveney. I got to that little fork where if you keep on going straight, you go to Alton Broad and Lowestoft, and then out to the North Sea, which you don't want to do. Or you turn right, continue down the river. I still can't talk, people. What's going on? You know, I've had a coffee. I should be able to talk. I've turned right at the fork, and I've continued down the man.
You just need to find a woman who is pathetic, like you.
Take 3. I have turned right at the fork and continued down the River Waveney and just past the Waveney River Centre. Got there in the end. Oh man, and yes, I'm continuing on down the Beccles, down the river to Beccles. Oh man, I need a beer. I so need a beer, by the way. You know, what is the time? Let me see, it's 1:30, so that's been near as damn it 5 hours already. 5 hours already, you know. I'm not used to this, people. I'm really not used to this. I need a beer, absolutely, give me a beer, you know. No, so yes, I am continuing down the river, and yeah, it's good. Clouds unfortunately are starting to roll over again, so the sun's getting really low in the sky, that, you know, that low winter sun, and it's reflecting quite strongly off the river, which is still a bit blinding when I'm heading into it. But yeah, the clouds are starting to roll over, so the sun's getting low, it's starting to get diffused, and yeah, you know, we are now essentially chasing the sunset. Yep, we are, people. This is it, you know. I set off just after sunrise, and now we are officially racing the sunset, you know. And yeah, the universe is a bit of a speed freak, people, so, and I can only do 6 miles an hour just now, so I'm not sure if I've got enough time to get down to the Beccles yacht station before it gets dark. Oh man, we'll see what happens, but yeah, everything's going good, and thankfully I have left that sort of no man's land, if you like, and I am starting to encounter trees and shrubbery and blooming sort of flower. Well, there's not any flowers about, is there? That's a load of bloody rubbish, but you know, the sort of the tops of the reeds, you know, that get a wee bit flowery, if you like. I'm talking rubbish. Forget that, you know, just forget it all, you know. Basically what I'm saying is that I have got trees, you know. This is good, you know. This means that I'm getting into the more picturesque part of the Southern Broads. This is what you go through all that sort of mind-numbing, soul-destroying no man's land to get to this, which is it's not pretty as such like it would be in the summertime. It would be a lot greener. It's a lot sort of browner because there's no leaves, it's just the trees themselves. But this is also quite nice. It's got a sort of I don't know what you would call it, a sort of a slightly apocalyptic beauty about it. You know, it's like it's dead, but it's not dead. It's still alive, but it's just sort of resting, gathering energy, storing it all, ready for coming alive in the spring, you know. I don't know, it's still got its nice beauty about it, you know, and it's nice to see trees, you know. I like trees. Who doesn't like a tree? We all like a tree. Everybody likes a tree. I like a tree, you like a tree, everybody likes a tree. I am talking so much rubbish now. I definitely need to get in here. Oh man. But yeah, everything is going swimmingly. I've just passed the Waveney River Centre. That's a bit of a mouthful. Try saying that 3 times when you've had a belly full of beer. I might even try that again later, just to prove a point. But yeah, it's all going spot on. and yeah, the rivers are quiet, you know. I've passed a couple of boats, you know, but yeah, I mean, this is why I love cruising during the off season. It's just so peaceful and calm and tranquil, and oh man, it's just lovely. Just me, nature, and the throbbing hum of an engine. Complete, what is it, a complete propeller head, techno head, I don't know what you'd call it. Anyway, I like an engine. I don't like sails. Sailing is like too much like hard work, you know. Give me an engine and a propeller any day, you know. Absolutely, you know. Right, anyway, I'm gonna go babbling on too much, you know. This is what 7 hours of cruising does, you know, and I'm not even at Beccles at the moment. 7 hours, 5 hours, whatever, you know. See, I still can't talk. But yeah, I will keep you updated. We will see if we beat the sunset. Probably I shouldn't be too long away from Beccles, so maybe by the next time I speak to you it will be down at Beccles, but I'll keep you updated just in case anything pops up before then. But until later, I'll speak to you soon. So until then, bye for now. Cheers! Okay, just a little wee update for you again. I have no idea how long this vlog is going to be, by the way, people. We could be looking at hours long, by the way. For definite. Oh my goodness. Just trying to squeeze this cruise into one vlog. Yeah, I'm trying to keep my chats short though, you know. But yeah, I'm almost at Beccles, and I'm definitely in what would be a very pretty sort of part of the river, Waveney now. The word I was trying to get out earlier was prehistoric. It's quite prehistoric, you know. All the trees out with no leaves on them, you know. It's quite yeah, I can almost see like a T-Rex or a bunch of raptors just sitting at the side there poking their heads out, you know, like dinner, you know. But yes, continuing down the river Waveney, and it's going really nice. It's got really dull though, you know, and I can already feel that drop in temperature now that the sun's gone away. It's not really got cold, but now that the sun's away, you know, you're not getting that heat from the sun, and yeah, I can definitely feel it, you know. So yeah, it's definitely getting a bit dull and grey again, pretty much how the day started, now that the clouds have moved over and the sun's been obscured by them. It's getting quite dull as well. I mean, I know it looks quite bright out there, you know, at the moment, but yeah, that's just the camera. I mean, it's still daylight, you know, it's still quite bright, you know, but yeah, the sun's definitely on its way down. It's starting to get a wee bit dull now, and yeah, so I think we're not actually that far away. I have looked at the map, and I have managed to figure out exactly where I am, and yeah, hopefully maybe what, about another half hour, maybe about another hour or so, and we should be down at Beccles, no problems. Maybe even a wee bit quicker as well, you know. I still seem to be punching against the tide. I don't know if I'm punching against the tide, or if the tide's not actually if the tide's maybe just a bit slack just now. I think maybe it's a bit slack on the rivers, and there doesn't seem to be much current moving anything. So yeah, it's I had hoped that by the time I got this far down it would have turned and would be helping me down to Beccles, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be happening down here. Like I say, it all gets a wee bit sort of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, Doctor Who-y. There goes that phrase again. So but yeah, it's fine, you know. And I've got to say, you know, it's been great, you know. I've really sort of stretched the legs on Thunder on this trip, and it's been a long time since I've done such a long cruise, you know. But it's been great. I've been sitting, I've been listening to my music, you know, I've been boogieing away, you know, keeping in touch with a few people, you know, via the powers of social media, and yeah, it has been fantastic. So yeah, everything is going very, very well, actually. You know, it's been a good day, actually. And yeah, but I will admit, you know, I'm kind of at that stage now where I'm just looking forward to getting to Beccles, getting moored up, you know, switching the engine off, hooking up to an electricity post, and just sort of, yeah, basically I'm looking forward to getting a beer. I need a beer, you know. You know, coffee and a can of sugar-free refreshment does not cut it, people. Quite like the cool refreshness of a nice cask conditioned ale at the end of a day. Yeah, definitely, you know. And I'm looking forward to my dinner. I've no idea where I'm going to go. I'm really disappointed that I'm not going to get a chance to try out this Bear and Bells pub, because I was really looking forward to trying that. It's supposed to be very, very good, you know, kind of popped out of nowhere in the last month or two, you know, and it's already people have been saying, you know, oh, this place was amazing, and the proprietors are wonderful people, and I would have loved to have gone down there, you know, and sampled the delights in that place, you know. But it's not a problem, you know. It just means that I will get an opportunity to come back down, you know. I mean, like I say, I suppose in theory, you know, I could maybe give them a wee call and say, well, you know, you're going to be up, I know you say you're closing at 4 o'clock, you know, are you doing food, you know, if I get down there, you know, just before 4, will you still serve food, or are you shutting, end of story, get out at 4, you know. I could, in theory, I could do that, but the other thing as well is that if I go down there and do that, you know, I might get a quick pint and I might get a quick dinner, you know, but then I feel rushed, you know, like I'm gonna get kicked out, you know, and it's just like, nah, you know, I like taking my time, you know, and I am actually meeting somebody tonight, you know. Woohoo! Yes, I'm meeting somebody. Somebody I've not actually met before, you know. Guy is called Chris, and I wanted to meet him in October, but obviously I didn't get down to Beccles. He's down this sort of end of the Broads network, and yeah, it's like he did me a huge favour earlier on in the year, and you know, we've been Facebook friends, and you know, we've conversed and all that. I've never met him, you know. But he did me a huge favour, which allowed me to get the professional editing software, you know, that I now currently use, Final Cut Pro, you know. He basically, long story short, is that you can buy this professional editing software, Final Cut Pro, for a lot of money. But if you're a student, you can buy a bundle of 5 programs, which includes Final Cut software, worth even more money for £100 less than you actually pay for the actual Final Cut software alone, you know. This was why I never bought Final Cut for a long time, because it was, the Scot in me, you know, had problems, you know, paying for one program for a lot of money, when a student can get an even bigger bundle for less than the actual Final Cut, you know. And Final Cut was included in the bundle, you know, so it was just like, you know. But thankfully, Chris was able to arrange that for me to purchase, because he, I think it was it his wife? Was it his wife? I don't know. I can't remember if it was his wife or his daughter, you know, actually. Sorry Chris, sorry. But yeah, basically he knew somebody that was a student in his family, and he was able to allow me to transfer money to him. He bought it at the student bundle and then sent me the codes when they got the codes, and that basically gave me the whole bundle for less than, you know. So basically, big favour, huge favour, saved me a ton of money, and you know, it was yeah, good on you, you know, thanks very much. So I've been wanting to get down there and buy him a, well, I say a pint, but in Chris's case it's probably a wee dram of the whiskey, no, not the whiskey, a wee dram of the water of life, i.e. whiskey. So yeah, I need to buy him a little something, a pint, I've caught a pint. I'm needing to buy him a pint to say thanks very much for what he did, because it was very helpful and I was very much appreciated. And it's also an opportunity to meet up with somebody, you know, that I've known for a while on Facebook, you know, and yeah, it's good to meet up. So that's basically who I'm meeting up with tonight, you know. I know it's not going to be a late night or anything like that, you know. We're just gonna, you know, go out, you know, have a couple pints, you know, maybe a spot of dinner or something like that. And yeah, we'll go our separate ways. You can't stay too long, unfortunately, so probably not a dark side tonight. Again, unfortunately, sorry people, you know. But we'll wait and see what happens. You know. You know, strange things can happen, you know, when alcohol starts flowing, especially when it comes to me, you know. Absolutely, you know. So yeah. So that's the update so far. I'm not very far away from Beccles now. I'm getting into that lovely sort of picturesque, or slightly more picturesque part of the Waveney, and I think I'm approaching my waypoint, which I had marked down as a mid-pier, a railway bridge pier midstream. Is this it here? I think this might be it here. So yeah, and from there it won't be very far at all until Beccles. So yeah, everything's going good. I'm almost at my destination, which means I will indeed beat the sunset. Woohoo! You know, I actually made it all the way down here, you know, and I got here before it got dark, so I'm quite happy about that, believe you me, you know. It is getting a bit dull, it's cooling down, but everything's going just spot on. So yeah, that's the update so far. I will go for now, and I will probably speak to you from Beccles, and yeah, until later I shall speak to you soon. So let's push on for the final stretch on this quite marathon journey, and yeah, let's we're almost there, so I shall keep you updated. I'll speak to you from Beccles, so until later, bye for now. Cheers!
Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
What?
Commence primary ignition.
Okay, just a little wee update for you. As you can see, I beat the sunset. I am here at Beccles. Finally made it, and it only took me 7 hours. 7 hours? 6 hours, 6 hours, just over 6 hours. but yeah, I am down here at Beccles Yacht Station. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Now, I know I am currently moored side on. I do know that usually during season it's stern on moorings, like some of the boats are down at the bottom end here, but all the other moorings up here are side on. It is very quiet, it's off season, there's not a lot of boats around, so I am assuming by the evidence that it is okay to moor side on down here. So yes, I've just come in side on, and yeah, I managed to get into an electricity post. I've hooked up the electricity, so yeah, brilliant. I'm all set for the evening. And what have I done with my ropes? Well, actually just looking at the boat, she's manky, by the way. This is one of the drawbacks of this wet season. It is absolutely bogging. It's going to need a bloody good scrub down later on. But yes, what have I done with the ropes? Well, first of all, I've got the stern rope here, or the bow rope I should say, right out by that post there. I have down here at the other end of the boat, I'll just have a wee wander down here, just let you see. Oh, and I've also got water. I will top that up tomorrow, definitely, before I leave here. Fantastic, you know. But yes, what I've done here is I've got the stern rope here and I've wrapped it around this post, okay. But what I then did is I took that rope, because it's uber long, and I took it up here to my midship cleat here, wrapped it around the cleat, and then into this post there. Just get it there. So there's a bit of a spring line there, and then what I did is I took the rope that's on the midship cleat and I ran that forward to this post here. So I should have, in theory, if I've done this correctly, you know, feel free to tell me that I haven't done it correctly, but don't crucify me, okay, this is a learning process. But I should now be secured from the bow, the stern. I've got a rear spring and a forward spring on it. The tide is currently quite low. I'm expecting it to lift quite a bit, so there's a bit of slack in the rope. Got a funny feeling that I might need to actually loosen some of maybe the bow or the stern rope. I don't know, I'll need to keep an eye on that. But I suspect I'm going to need to mess around with the ropes a wee bit more, just to get the hang of things, you know. But there is a bit of slack in them, so it should be okay when the boat starts rising, and we'll sort of take it from there. But yeah, I am here at Beccles, and it's like, woohoo, finally got here. And like I said, I managed to beat the sunset, get down here, starting to get a bit dull and everything like that. So yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out exactly what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go. Time is currently, I think it's about 2:30, I think, last time I checked. So yes, we are finally down here at Beccles. Bit of a shame about the Bait and Bells pub shutting at 4. I had really hoped to go to that, but yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. But Beccles is a lovely wee town. It's been years since I've been down here, so I'm quite sure Chris, who I will probably meet up with later, if this is not him coming down just now, I will possibly, he will know the area, he'll know a good pub to go to, so we'll find somewhere, we'll have a few pints and hopefully a nice wee dinner tonight. But yeah, I am here and it's great. So yeah, that is the end of day 2 of my little thunder tale. Yeah, I don't know if I will be back or not. I'll have to wait and see. But if I am, I'll speak to you later. If not, I will see you tomorrow morning on day 3, and we will see where we're going. I have no idea where we're going. Main thing is I got down to the Southern Broads, so we will sort of play it by ear, see where we go. So yeah, if I speak to you later, I'll speak to you later. If not, I shall see you tomorrow for day 3. I hope you've enjoyed this rather mammoth journey down the rivers. It's been a lovely cruise, and yeah, join me again for day 3 and we'll have a wee look and see where the adventure takes us. So until later, I'll either speak to you later or speak to you tomorrow, but until then, bye for now. Cheers!
Hello YouTube! How are we doing, people? Oh, you can't hardly see me. Hold on a wee second here. How are you doing? You alright? Oh, I'm kind of in your face. Oh. Hey, hello! Woo. How are we doing? You alright? I'm doing absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. Oh man, I have been on the beer all night, by the way, people, and I'm bloody feeling good, you know, and you can blame Chris for that. Oh man, oh, let me just put you down here. Oh, I know you're all over the place, people. Just there you go. Yeah, you alright? Hello. You know, I know this particular angle makes me look rather fat, you know. Let's face it, you don't get a strapping figure like this, ladies, without years of dedicated abuse. Oh man, hello, are we okay? I am doing fantastic. Now, this is just going to be a short, semi-dark side, okay? Because it's not that late, but I have had a brilliant evening out and about with Chris from my Facebook page. The same Chris I told you that did me a huge favour earlier on in the year. Yeah, unfortunately the Bear in the Bells was shutting at 4 o'clock. I was very disappointed. He deserved the Bear in the Bells, quite frankly. But we did manage to squeeze in a quick pint of Southwold Bitter in there before it shut. And I must say, it looks lovely, you know. I definitely want to get my ass back down to Beccles at some point to visit that place 100%, you know, because oh my, I definitely, yeah, absolutely, you know. So I will be back at some point, probably next year, to visit Beccles, have a proper wee good look at. Unfortunately, by the time I came down here, it was getting dull, it was getting dark, so I couldn't take you around Beccles, which is what I originally wanted to do, but I ran out of daylight, you know, because it was just getting too dark. I had a guest, and obviously, you know, well, I was meeting up with somebody, so we were basically just making a beeline for the Bear and Bells, had a pint, and then it was like, what we're gonna do. So we ended up in the King's Head in Wroxham, okay, and it was a Wetherspoons, okay, and well, you know, what can I say? It was a Wetherspoons. It was cheap and cheerful. It was cheap, and it was basically what you paid for it, you know. You got a burger and a pint for literally 10 quid. Can't you complain with that? Honestly, you can't complain with that. And the burger was actually pretty good. I actually quite enjoyed it. I had the ultimate burger. You know, I had a burger and bacon and cheese and bits and pieces, and yeah, it was a good burger, you know. They skimped a wee bit on the chips, you know, but they had onion rings, and yeah, I mean, it was what it was. It was a typical Wetherspoons. You pay for what you get, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just, it was good, you know. Filled a hole, and frankly, it wasn't so much about the food
or even the beer, because it was just basically, well, we were just drinking John Smith's, you know. It wasn't so much about the food or the beer, it was about the company. And Chris is spot on, you know. I got on pretty well with him. Sometimes he would crack a joke and I would be like, and then I'd be like, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. So I was a wee bit slow in the uptake sometimes, but I got there, you know. And yeah, I actually had a brilliant evening with Chris. Unfortunately, his other half, Rachel, couldn't be there, but hopefully next time I'm down, we will get an opportunity to meet up with both of them. We'll have a good evening together, and maybe we'll even get them on the vlog if they are up for it, you know. But yeah, I had a brilliant time, and he was kind enough to even walk back and chat with me on the way to the boat. And then Rachel was picking him up, and yeah, so it was a great evening all round. Thoroughly enjoyed myself, you know. Yeah, I'm not finished yet. I'm having a pre-bedtime aperitif before I go to bed, you know. But yeah, it was a fantastic evening. And it was great to finally meet up with Chris, you know. I'd only talked to him on Facebook and on Messenger, I didn't even really know what he looked like, to tell you the truth, you know, because he doesn't really have any photos as such on his profile or whatever, and it was like, okay. And yeah, it was getting to know him was actually quite a liberating and enlightening experience. That guy has lived, by the way, you know. I'm not going to go into details, but all I will say is that guy has lived. You know, he has seen a lot, you know, and it was fascinating listening to aspects of his life and what he's done. When we got into the subject of cars, oh man, I get the feeling that we could have talked about cars pretty much all night, you know. And yeah, his knowledge of especially the older cars, you know, of when we were growing up, you know, it was pretty good, you know. So I had a brilliant time, and Chris, you know, it was fantastic, honestly, brilliant evening. Cannot wait to meet up with you again next time I'm down in Beccles. Definitely Bear and Bells, you deserve a proper dinner. Not just a Witherspoons. You deserve a proper dinner, and hopefully Rachel, I will get to meet you as well if you can make it next time you're down. And I'm sorry you couldn't make it down, but hopefully you can next time. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. But yeah, had a fantastic evening. It was absolutely fantastic. And Beccles is lovely. Honestly, it really is. And it's for a small town. I mean, okay, it's a Sunday night, but for a small town, it's actually quite quiet. You know, I was quite surprised at how quiet it is. I thought it would be a bit of a bustling town. You know, maybe it's just because it's like, I don't know, a Sunday night, and maybe everything just sort of shuts down on a Sunday. You know, I know the Bear and Bells, which was unusual. I didn't really think they would close early on a Sunday and be closed on a Monday, you know. But maybe Beccles is like that. I don't know. But yeah, it was a lovely wee town. Hopefully, next time I come down here, I can maybe time it a wee bit better. Maybe spend a wee bit more time down south and actually make a point of visiting Beccles earlier in the day to actually go for a wander around the town itself, just to see a couple of the sites or a couple of shops, just see what's there, you know. But yeah, I really actually enjoyed Beccles, you know, and it was good revisiting this place. It's just a bit of a shame that the plan vlog of this new pub that's just been taken over by the current landlords Didn't quite work. Oh goodness! Where did that come from? Sorry. It's just a bit of a shame that the plan to properly showcase the Bear and Bells didn't actually work out. There was no point in doing anything in the King's Head because it's a Wetherspoons. Not that that's I should be holding that against it. I'm not. It's just that it's a Wetherspoons, which means that it's a wee bit commercial, but very pleasant inside. The staff are good. The price is highly reasonable, very, very reasonable. The food, fine. There's nothing wrong with the food, you know. The beer, there's nothing wrong with the beer or the choice, you know. But it's very commercial, you know. It's a big chain, Wetherspoons, you know. And you know that no matter where you go, you know, whether it's Beccles or Norwich or Edinburgh or Timbuktu, you know, if you go into a Wetherspoons, you know what you're getting, you know, and it's going to be nice, it's going to be comfortable, reasonable food, chilled beer, you know, and yeah, you're going to have a good night. You know, it's nothing special, but it's going to be a good night. So, yeah, it's a Wetherspoons, you know. And I say that, but I'm not trying to sound like derogatory. It is what it is, you know. It's a Wetherspoons, you know. You know what you're getting, you know. It's like that advert. It's like it does exactly what it says in the tin. You know, I can't remember the DIY people that had that as a motto. You know, it does exactly. You know, mild grain, dark stain varnish. You know, by whatever company this was, and the advert was, it does exactly what it says in the tin. It's a mild stain, dark finish varnish. So, you know. You know, so it's Wetherspoons, you know, does exactly what it says in the tin, you know, reasonable food, reasonable beer, reasonable prices, comfortable, good service, nothing wrong with that. So yeah, that was my evening, and we had a lovely walk back to the boat, good wee chat, you know, and then Chris went off. So that's it, you know, and I'm afraid to say, you know, despite the fact that I've been drinking John Smith's, which this is actually another pint of John Smith's. It's not. I'm not very intoxicated tonight, you know. But I did just want to pop back and say hello, YouTube, just to say yeah, I've had a great night. It's been really good. You know, there's no antics, there's no hilarity, you know, or anything like that. I'm just sort of popping back, you know. So yeah, I am going to go. I'm going to get myself ready for bed. I should probably have a coffee instead of drinking more beer, but I'm going to finish this beer and then I'll probably just go to bed, you know. Oh my god, you know, but I have had a brilliant night. It's been good, and you know, it's I just wish I'd had more time to explore Beccles properly during the day, but it got too dark, you know. I mean, like I say, I managed to moor up just before sunset, but at this time of year the sun sets very quickly. Everything seems to shut very early on a Sunday down here, so it was just like, yeah, it was a bit of a shame, you know, but you know, it is what it is, so I'm not going to complain about it. But it has been a wonderful evening. I did have to loosen up my stern rope when I came back to the boat. The tide has come in finally. And you probably saw when I first moored up, I could take you out just now, but it's pitch black out there, you know. when I first moored up my freeboard, you know, out the sidle, you know, that I step on, that was just below the key heading, okay? And I put slack on my ropes, you know, thinking, well, you know, it'll be fine, you know. But the tide has come in now, and, well, let's just say that it was actually quite a step to get back onto Thunder. The tide rose that much, you know. Not dangerously so, you know, but and my ropes are generally fine, but the stern rope on the stern cleat was a little bit tight, so that one rope that I'd gone from the stern cleat round the post, then up to the centre cleat, and then round a middle post, that needed a wee bit loosened, just slightly, you know. Thankfully there's not really much in the way of wind tonight, so once the tide drops later on, it should not present a problem. In the sense that, you know, I'm not going to be bouncing and banging and everything like that. Hopefully the spring lines will keep that sort of in check anyway. But yeah, it was just a case of, you know, that stern rope seemed to be just a little ding, you know, you just like, I could play a banjo on it, you know, just like, yeah, that needs loosened off just slightly, so I've just slackened it off a wee bit, you know, so it's fine now, and obviously when the tide drops, you know, it'll loosen up and the boat will move a wee bit, but that's one thing you've got to take into consideration when you come down into the Southern Broads, you know, the tide rises and falls quite a bit down here, and you need slack on your rope, and at low tide the boat can move a wee bit, granted, but at high tide, you know, it's still secure, but not overly so, you know, so yeah, you need to keep an eye on your ropes, definitely, you know, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish my beer, and then I'm going to get ready for bed, call it a night, and hopefully get a good night's sleep. And where will we go tomorrow? I have no, well, that's not true, I do have one or two ideas. I did think about going up to Bramington and the Water's Edge pub, but they're shut on Monday. Oh man, terrible. You know, I really want to try the Water's Edge pub, you know. You know, every time I go up there it's like, no, not available, and it's just like, oh, that's just terrible. So another thought I could have is maybe go to Somerleyton Ferry House, have a bite to eat at Somerleyton, and then maybe do a mud weight on, leave Somerleyton Ferry House and do a mud weight on Somerleyton Broad. If it stays like this tomorrow, that'll be quite nice. A bit cloudy, but at least it'll be nice. Just drifting there, you know, on no wind. You know, I think I can do that, most definitely. The other thought I had was maybe going to go down the River Shet to Loddon, because I've not been to Loddon in a long time, and there's a couple of places there that I haven't been to or tried, and one or two have been recommended to me. So I could maybe, and I do like the River Shet, I really do. I mean, if you leave the River Shet at sunrise, you know, coming back up the River Shet, you know, you're just in perfect position to literally travel up the entire River Shet, travelling into the sunrise, and it's wonderful. I like the River Shet, absolutely. I don't think I've been down the River Shet in a boat this size, but at this time of year it'll not be a problem. So yeah, that'll be, I could maybe do the River Shet. No, yeah, I've got an electricity post at the River Shet, that's a bonus, absolutely. You know, down at the Stave, at the bottom of the River Shet at Loddon, there's an electricity post down there. Big bonus, big bonus. So yeah, you tend to chase electricity posts in the winter sometimes. Why can I get an electricity post? I need my power, you know, rather than use my batteries, you know. Not that the batteries need charging this, because after 7 fucking hours they got a bloody good charge today, by the way. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go tomorrow. I've got a couple of ideas. I'll probably get up tomorrow, mess around, get some ideas, and then just take it from there. So yeah, no idea what I'm doing, but come and join me tomorrow on day 3, you know. And unlike what I was getting all my days mixed up in October, I'm determined I'm getting it right this time. I can't count, obviously, you know. This is day 2, tomorrow will be day 3. So yeah, come and join me on day 3, and let me see where the story takes us, you know, of our little Thunder Tale, December 2021. Still seems a wee bit strange saying that, by the way, you know, but you know, maybe I'll get used to it, you know. I don't know, you know, but yeah, I hope you have enjoyed today. It's been quite a bit of an epic cruise. I have had a great time. I didn't show too much at the bottom end of the River Waveney on the approach to Beccles, purely because you're going to see that tomorrow, basically, you know. So I will share more of that with you tomorrow, you know, on the way to wherever we go, you know. So yeah, come and join me, and let's see where we go. Let's see what we do. Let's see what mischief we can get up to, and it's going to be good, you know. So I hope you've enjoyed the day. I've had a great time. I've had a brilliant evening, a fantastic cruise, and I can't wait to see day 3 and where the tale takes me tomorrow. So come and join me, and let's explore our little story together. So yes, until tomorrow, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I'll speak to you in the morning. So until now, this is the Admiral signing off. You take care. Until tomorrow, bye for now. Cheers!